So I know I originally said that we weren't going to stop here at this river camp because we always end up doing it, but we stopped at the river camp. We set a game plan in place for the next couple of days and decided that we could come up here, get showered up for a moment, and then head out the next day. Charge up our phones, you know, and all that jazz. So what we're going to be doing tomorrow is leaving here, heading back the direction that we came, and heading past the park that we left left the car at, because there's a couple more camping spots. There's a couple more camping spots down the way from there, so we wanted to go and check those out. I didn't video anything this morning. We got up just as the sun was starting to peek through the trees, and we decided last night that we would just get up and get going, break everything down, and get going as quickly as possible to make our way up here and beat the heat of the day. And we managed to do that. We also managed to get here in, 2 hours? I want to say?
About 2 hours.
It took us about 2 hours to get to where we needed to go, but there's a lot of ups and downs and a lot of breaking trail to get back on trail because of all the blowdown and whatnot from multiple storms and flooding and everything that has swept through this area lately. So that's why I didn't video anything this morning. We just kind of rushed as much as we could to get here in a timely manner to beat the heat of the day, because hiking in the sun in 80-degree weather sucks. If I haven't already said that, and I'm pretty sure I have. But to reiterate, hiking in 80-degree weather with the addition of the sun on you sucks. It's not fun. So
I'm going to the shower.
we're gonna get washed up. And I'm sorry I keep looking off to the side. I keep seeing myself and I keep wanting to look at myself to make sure I'm in frame rather than looking at the camera. But I'm new to this whole thing, so. And it's also my dad screwing around with the cabin door as to not let it slam per my request so that it doesn't knock my phone off from where it's at. So he slowly lets it creak close every time he goes in and out.
Per
And he's
your
just
request.
Yeah, apparently per my request.
Since I never get any screen time anyway.
You get enough screen time.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ. And there he is, laughing to himself about the door situation, peeking over
I'm
the...
laughing about the screen time situation.
You're laughing about everything.
I do, because life's funny. Especially when you get to be my age.
So that's the update for today. Today's day 5?
Yeah.
Day 5, Tuesday, March 12th.
I guess.
Yes?
I don't know what day that is.
What day did we leave? The 8th, right?
Yeah.
8th, 9th, 10th, yeah, 12th, March 12th, Tuesday. I got nothing else. That's it. That's it for now. And enjoy footage of this giant cypress tree. Down here by the Holton Creek River Camp is one of the champion cypress trees of the area.
Co-champion.
Co-champion cypress trees. How wide around did it say it was?
I will read it to you.
It's about, I believe, 84 feet high from what it said. And with that being said...
46 feet in circumference and 84 feet tall. It has an average crown spread of 49 feet.
It is still not as tall as what the Senator was. I believe the Senator was about 120, close to 130 feet. I could be very wrong. It could have been taller than that. The average I know that these trees get are 120. Still, regardless, it's a big tree. And up here off the cypress tree trail is the information that it gives about it. And to give an idea, since we cannot go down there because it's all flooded and probably well over 2 feet deep of rainwater and river water, here's an idea of how big it is when you have 3 people standing in front of it. Now along the Florida Scenic Trail, if you're coming from Gibson, which is up here, there's one other cypress tree that we apparently passed that we missed. We are way up here. So it is close to 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from where we are right now. But if you're ever up in the Suwannee portion of the Florida Trail, we're up at Holton Creek. Come check some of this out. I'd say it's worthwhile. What are you done?
It is worthwhile. It's very nice. Impressive.
Very. So we got some information from the camp host here about why there's so much washed out areas and fallen down trees. And it's not from the hurricane last year. It's from a storm, constant rain, not even a storm, just constant rainfall up in Georgia where the Suwannee begins. Came and just filled the river. And from here, if you see this white sign that I'm zooming in on, he said that the river was right at the bottom of that white sign. That's where it says high water marker. Now with that as a base, if you could think of it that high, going all the way across the river to that bluff over there, all the way down. That's why we have so many washed out sections. And from here
8 feet.
down is only about 8 feet from where the trail is. Right? You said about 8 feet down?
Well, that's
Probably a little bit more.
and that sand line you can see
Yeah.
is how far the water came. So when I stood there, I
Right.
figured it was about that much further up to this
Okay.
deck here.
Wow.
Is it
Yeah.
hard to imagine the river from here?
Yeah. So
That's pretty hard to
so it's-
imagine. We have seen so many trees washed out. We're like, was it from the hurricane? But no, now we
No,
know.
it was this high water.
it's just
Yeah, I
crazy.
got to do a better laminated sign, but I thought people would find that interesting.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Those trees were
Mhm.
down before, but none of the sand was up here.
Just
Wow.
and there's so many washed out portions of the trail that you gotta go down and around. Yeah, where we've had to, what is it? We've had to break trail multiple times on going that way
Yeah.
to get around like big
Some of
falling
that
down
trail's
trees.
washed out. It's only like this wide on either side, so it's pretty dangerous to go on. There's trees across it.
So, yeah. But yeah, maybe 8 feet height wise from where that sign and white sand is right there, and then it just went all the way across. That's just crazy. And then, just miles all the way down the river. And right here, let me see if I can, here, Dad, come stand right here. So where he's standing is on the trail. And you can see the sign in the back there. So that's kind of a gauge of how close the trail was right here to where that sign is, where the water line was. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty high.
It's pretty,
all the way across.
yeah.
It's amazing.
I can only imagine what the devastation on the other side looks like that we're not getting a chance to see. But there you go. Step. No, now it doesn't want to do it. Oh, there it goes. Let me zoom in. Step again. It's funny, whenever he steps on the beach right there, it just bubbles up out of here. Now you're creating your own like little indentation.
Yeah.
So here we are on the north end of Gibson, Hutch Gibson Park, which is on the opposite side of where we were going. We decided to venture on up here. It's a bit of a different terrain, flatter, that's for sure. We didn't start that long ago on this side of the trail. We're gonna go up here to one or possibly 2 campsites for the last 2 nights. The one that we're gonna hopefully look at is only like 1.5 to 2 miles away from where we ditched the car, so we should almost be there. And then the other one is about 5 miles past Hutch Gibson Park. So taking a quick break, checking the GPS, make sure we don't have too much further to go, or just to see how much further we have to go. Get some water. And I don't know if it's going to do it now, but there's a tree behind us that's blown into wind that's creaking. It kind of sounds like a moose.
It sure does. Just like a moose. How's that for a moose call?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I don't do moose calls here in Florida.
Because there's not really any moose.
There is no moose. But I guess the tree's not going to do it now. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. I don't know if the microphone picked it up, but it did it, so maybe. It sounds like it has stomach problems now. Yeah.
Apparently we're 0.1 miles away.
Oh, so we're almost there. I didn't realize we were that close. We're 1/10 of a mile away, so like 10 minutes, if that. Now the tree's complaining to us. Every time I talk, it does it. Nope, not anymore. So, that's it. Still haven't seen a whole lot of any wildlife on this trip, just squirrels and birds. And even the place that we stayed at last night that we knew that usually has a ton of like owl calls and activity. I guess it was too cold for them. They decided to stay in their nest because we didn't hear any past
7.
like past 7. We didn't hear any. Usually they're hooting all night, crashing through the trees. But maybe on this side, maybe it won't be too cold tonight for them. We found our camp for the night. It's kind of at the end of this trail, leads right into the water, so that's nice. Yeah, we might go wading around a little bit. Not too sure. Here is the Alapaha River on that side. And over here is the Suwannee. And right down that pathway is where they both converge. This is our camp for the night. Looks to be like a communal campsite type of deal with fire ring and everything, so we're going to utilize that tonight rather than make our own fire ring because it's already here. We found some wood that was left behind, so now we don't have to worry about finding wood and cutting down things and chopping up things, which will save our backs and shoulders and everything, because at this point in the trip we're pretty tired. Isn't that right, Dad? Once again, our tent, one of the few shady spots in the area. I think this is where we're going to be for the next 2 nights, because we misread the map, and the next campsite, I mean, we could really camp anywhere along the line, along the way here. We don't have to find these campsites, and we haven't been staying at every single campsite. We've kind of made our own, which is fine on the Florida Trail, but we try and stay as close to the marked campsites as possible, just because that makes things easier. If there's already like a fire ring or already a place where somebody else has made a fire, and just you're not destroying too much around us or harvesting too much throughout the trail. And we really don't feel like hiking out like 5-6 miles the next day on Friday, because that campsite from where we left the car is going to be about 6 miles. So tomorrow we'll do a day hike. We might do a little bit of a day hike today. Not too sure. We've already kind of hiked. We got a little bit of a late start, but that's fine. But yeah, Suwannee, Alapaha, and I'll take you down there later, show you where they both converge. Unfortunately, where we're at, we can also hear the road, because literally not even a mile, maybe a mile is a bridge we had to cross to get onto the trail, to only walk a mile and a half right to here where it's a mile down the river. If we were done, if we had gone by canoe, we would have made it in no time. But we're not canoeing this year. We're not kayaking, we're hiking. Oh. No, it's not bad at all. I think that's it for now. A little camp tour. Might get some footage later on. Hopefully maybe tonight I can get some nighttime sounds, nighttime footage. That would be real nice. Haven't really seen a whole lot of nighttime activity. So maybe we do a little bit of a night hike and sit someplace and see if there's any nighttime activity for tonight. My hair is picking through my hat. That's beautiful. But that's it for right now. See you in a little bit.
Oh, there you go. God damn it.
There you go.
That didn't take long, did it?
Shit, man.
Alright, Dad, how do you feel about your accomplishments so far?
I'm pretty happy with that. It doesn't happen all that often. Remember that one trip when we were at Lake Monroe and we kept trying to light that? Never lit because it was the wrong kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. But once we got it out of there, it was...
Right off.
Yeah. Do not use palm fiber. It will not catch. It will just go right out. Dead moss, on the other hand, goes up real quick. Just make sure that you got twigs or shavings in with it to keep it going. Right?
Yeah. Pause that.
Going down this trail right here is from our camp. is where the Alapaha River, however you pronounce it, and the Suwannee River converges. Very nice down here. Right to the left here is the Alapaha. I don't know, I'm probably butchering the name both ways, but I'm trying. It converges right here into the Suwannee. Will it do it again?
Right there.
Yeah.
There you go. Told you it was a hawk. gotta go, just bring a trash bag. The hole should be deep enough. Are you filming right now?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to cut that out.
Yeah.
Well, it's important information. I don't want to get to it. Taking all this time?
Yeah, the shavings themselves wouldn't light on their own. So, but I felt a couple of them and it felt like they were maybe possibly a little damp. You know, just held in moisture from the rain the other night, so.
This drop because there's sand on it.
I went to the method that's been working. And that
Pyramid?
is what?
The pyramids?
No, the dry the dead moss, old man's beard, whatever it is. Last night. Are you happy? Upset? Sad?
It's always sad when you're ending a trip, but it's been a good trip.
Yeah, it has.
Sitting here by the fire right now, and it's just really burning perfectly, so it's hard to be upset about anything.
Yeah, it's sad, yet I don't think either one of us are going to complain after, what, 7 nights? 7 nights?
7 nights.
7
8
nights.
days. Well,
8
it's
days.
7.5 days. Off
7.5 days, 7 nights, Friday night to Thursday night, Friday to Friday morning. Bugs. I don't
On the
think.
good side, we get our traditional barbecue tomorrow.
Yes, but I don't think we're going to be too terribly unhappy about actually going and sleeping on real cushions. Well, at least you get to go sleep on a real bed. I get to go sleep on a couch.
Well, we can
And then another
sleep
air
out
mattress.
Sunday night.
Yeah, no, I'm alright with sleeping inside under climate controlled.
It will be nice to be inside air conditioning. It's been rather humid. That's the biggest thing about this trip.
Yeah, it's been really humid and really hot on some days. Last night was really nice. Hopefully it'll be nice tonight. Yeah.
It's usually 20 degrees colder and not humid, and it's completely opposite this
Yeah.
year.
This time last year it was in the mid 30s and high 20s, and I think the warmest it got was one night when it rained last year and it got into the 60s. And other than that, typically it's a 45 to 55 range, 40 to 55 range at night, 70s, 60s during the day.
Yeah, really
Not-
nice camping weather then, with no humidity.
Not this year. And then we were looking at the what is it? We were looking at the weather. I was looking at the weather for next week, and it dips into the 40s again. High 40s, mid 40s at night, and 60s during the day. So I guess we just picked the wrong week, even though every day leading up to here was giving us trackings for 50 to 60 degree weather, and then we get up here and it's 60s are the highest low, and 67 was the highest low,
Yes.
and 76 was the lowest high, and everything else was like in the 80s. And then on Friday when we left, boom, 80s during the day, 60, mid 60s, high 60s during the night. It's been really humid. Last night we decided to sleep with the rain fly off, which was really nice. No rain. I don't think it's gonna rain again tonight. Hopefully it doesn't,
so,
because
yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do the same thing tonight. We had a good time. It was a good time. I hope I hope next time we come up here, we actually get to see this river actually doing its underground thing, because that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Ah, you have anything else to add as of right now?
Nope, I'm good.
I wish.
Been a fun trip.
Yeah. I wish we could have got more animals on video.
We've seen lots of footprints, but we
Yeah.
have not, or lots of tracks, I should say,
Yeah.
but hardly seen any wildlife. But of course,
Yeah.
we've been kind of noisy, so I'm sure that contributes to it.
Yeah, true. We've heard plenty of things rustling around by the tent, but with the way that our particular tent is set up, you really can't look outside once the rain fly is on. We've seen plenty of deer tracks. We've seen plenty of raccoon tracks.
Yep.
I think I saw possibly, not confirmed, but I think it is. And I'll show you tomorrow when we go down there, or we can go take a look at it in a little bit. Bobcat tracks down there on the beach.
Really?
Yeah. But
Could be.
we didn't hear anything last night. Nothing was rustling around our tent last night. And the things that were rustling around our tent were at night. I kind of got some kind of video of, or sound of, was probably just an armadillo or a raccoon looking for food and grubs and other things. Other than that, just a lot of birds and squirrels. So hope you guys enjoyed the bird footage, because I think that's all the most of the wildlife that I got. But actually, if you want, we can go take a look at those tracks.
Yeah, we can take a look at them tomorrow.
Alright. Focus. Alright, so at this point of this video, we're gonna say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night. It's not exactly the worst way to wake up to the sounds around us. Morning, everybody. Last day, well, last morning. I'm up. Dad's not. I can't sleep anymore. It's about 7 o'clock. After 7. And the birds, the sunlight coming through the tent. I just can't sleep anymore, but exactly the worst way I can think of to wake up. More fish are jumping, that's why I keep looking that way. But kind of chilly out. Kind of chilly out. And maybe that's better. No. Better this way. And I look rough, huh? After a couple days out, I guess you're going to look rough. Didn't get exactly a whole lot of sleep this trip, but whenever I camp, I never really do. I'm gonna wait a little while until my dad gets up to start working on things. We're not gonna have a fire this morning. We're just gonna use a couple of fuel tubs that we got, quickly make breakfast, make our last cup of coffee, and get going. And that's it for our trip. I guess waking up to this. It could be worse, right? No? Almost off the camera. Yeah, it definitely could be worse. See after we packed up. End of morning 8. Morning 8.
Morning 8.
End of morning 8. All packed up. Ready to go. Back to civilization. And the time is, let's see, what time is it? It is 9:29. So, like I said, this morning, we're probably going to leave about 9:30. And it seems like we're right on track for that. So, with that being said, good spot. It was real nice. Actually, before we go, let me go down and show the tracks. No, you don't have to. So down here, pretty sure that there's a, what is it? Bobcat tracks? Like we were talking about last night. There's no other big cats in the area. So I'm pretty sure that they're bobcat. But here they are. They go all the way down the bank along the side there. And all the way to right down there in the little beach. So I don't know if those were there before we got here 2 days ago, because it's beach sand, hasn't been blown away or anything like that. It hasn't really been that windy here. So we not really sure how old they are. Yeah, now we have a 2-mile walk back to the car. Get washed up, go get gas, go get lunch. But yeah, it was a nice spot. Last 2 nights were really dry, so we slept with the rain fly off, which was nice. Very, very nice. You ready to go home?
Time to go. Actually, I could stay out a couple more days, but we gotta go back sometime, so this will be good.
Yeah.
And tomorrow it's Irish Festival in Inverness. Yahoo!
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to march in a parade tomorrow too, so I'm living the good life.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
I'm crushing your head. Anybody know what show that's from? Anyway. Yeah, no, back to civilization, and then back to work on Wednesday the 20th for me. Today's the 15th.
Oh, today's the 19th.
No, it can't be the 19th, because St. Patrick's Day is the 17th,
Yeah, you're right.
and that's Sunday. So yeah, today's the 15th.
Today's the 15th.
So I got 5 more days, including today, that I don't have to worry about going back to
I
work.
don't know when I'm going back to work. I may have to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night shift, or I may be going back Tuesday, working Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the night shift on Friday.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
It's not
But
fun.
there's
I
our
don't
old
really wanna
spot.
do it.
Nothing. All right. Time to go.